Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Crimson Flower and with me today I have Feili, who's an experienced polyphasic sleeper. Feili, can you start by introducing yourself?
Yes, hello. My name is Feili. I am 19 years old currently and I'm from Germany. I'm currently in an apprenticeship for physical therapy and I've been sleeping polyphasically for roughly almost 2 years, I think, sporadically. And yeah, I think anything else? No, I think that's good.
Okay, sure. Can you tell me a bit more about your polyphasic experience? What schedules have you attempted? What have you adapted to, and so on?
Yes. So far I've tried Everyman 1, of course, like the classic. Everyman 2 extended. I mean, theoretically every schedule I've attempted is extended, but I think we'll come to that later. So E1, E2, currently on E3, triphasic and dual core 1, and I have shortly tried 7 mile for a bit of time after my E2 adaptation, but yeah, that didn't go well. I've so far attempted these schedules and adapted to Everyman 2 extended with a 6-hour core, and I'm currently adapting to Everyman 3 extended, and I think I'm going to adapt to this one as well. Otherwise I haven't adapted to anything so far, but in total I think roughly 2 years of experience are, I think, there.
Okay,
yes.
Sure. So you're currently attempting the Everyman 3 extended schedule, and how far into the adaptation there are you?
Currently I'm on day 35, and I'm pretty sure I've hit stage 4 or something in between 3 and 4. I'm kind of like going back and forth a bit. The past 2 days I've got better sleep and better quality of the awake time because I optimized my dark period, and but today I felt like a little bit more fatigued, but I think this will worn off in the next like week or something, and then I'll be adapted.
Okay, sure. How does this adaptation compare to your Everyman 2 extended schedule, which you successfully adapted to? Is it harder? Do you have any different kind of strategies that you use to stay awake, or what has changed?
So I think Everyman 2 was, first off, Everyman 2 was during school time, because like right now it's quarantine, of course, and I don't have any school or fixed obligations or anything. So that's a difference, of course. Furthermore, I have a smaller gap in Everyman 3, like because of the third nap. I have 1 nap in the morning before school, 1 during the noon break, and 1 after school. And on E2 extended, I had 1 nap before school, 1 after. So the gap was much larger on Everyman 2. And on that schedule, I also got frequent energy dips, even when adapted, like before the second nap. And that was also a reason for why I tried to change the schedule into 7 mile, but that didn't work very well. Otherwise, the E3 is very good in terms of how frequent you can nap again, because like every 4 hours I can just sleep again. That's really convenient for me. So that's definitely better, because you don't have to wait that long for another sleep, which is really nice. And also the reduced total sleep time really is coming in handy, especially when the school's going to start again. So
so you're utilizing your wake time in studying more, and therefore it's better currently because you don't get as much sleep as you did when you were on Everyman 2 extended, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like right now I'm getting 5.5 hours, and back on E2 I got 6 hours 40. So that's good reduction, but I think I'm managing quite well due to the frequent sleeps during the day. That's really nice. But on E2 I was less tired really because of the greater total sleep time.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we can take some time now and have you explain why you're on these extended schedules. Why aren't you attempting the standardized normal versions?
So basically my deep sleep is insanely high. Like the need for my deep sleep is a lot larger than for the usual people. I need about like 120 minutes each day, and like when I'm not exercising. When I'm exercising, it can get up to like 160, 170 minutes per day, which is like insanely much. That's like 3 hours, and that really makes it impossible for me to do, for example, a 3-hour core. Like surely 3 hours fits in 3 hours, but it's not like I'm gonna have one single stream of deep sleep in this core, so it won't fit. So I need at least a 4-hour 30 core, and also in addition to that, I mean, I have normal REM needs like 80 minutes, 90 minutes, something like that. So at least it's not totally overkill with another 120 REM, then that would be pretty crazy. But yeah, that's sort of the reason for why I have this larger sleep need. I need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep per day on monophasic, and yeah, that's really not even the accurate description, because even on monophasic, like regardless how much hours I sleep, doesn't matter, anything between 2 and 14 hours I can sleep that and I still feel super shit. So yeah, that's basically why I'm doing polyphasic sleep, because I want better sleep quality and less tiredness feeling during the day.
Yeah, I can understand that, and that's of course a big goal with polyphasic sleep and a very common goal why people utilize polyphasic sleeping. And what method have you used to determine your specific sleep needs with slow wave sleep or deep sleep and REM sleep?
I have not currently anymore, it's broken, but I have had a Zero Sleep tracker and like an EEG, and I used that to determine how much sleep I need, and that was actually pretty handy, because I found out like, yeah, you definitely need to extend basically any schedule you do, so that was pretty helpful.
Yeah, I can understand. It sounds very helpful for sure. But let's talk a bit about your naps now. Have you noticed a difference on this schedule compared to the Everyman 2 extended schedule that you adapted to? Do the naps feel different? Do they have different amounts of REM, or do you enter REM in some naps that you didn't previously, or what's the situation there?
So I think on E3 I have better quality naps, which I think coincidences with the lesser total sleep time. I think the first nap in the morning in the REM peak, it was I think it's equal quality, but I've got more lucid dreams and vivid dreams and everything on E2. But I don't know if that will change once I'm adapted, so can't say anything straight to that. But generally, the first nap's still full of REM, basically full 20 minutes. I haven't measured it, but I'm pretty sure it is. Like I said, the zero's broken. The noon nap is coming in really handy, because usually around that time I used to get an energy dip on the E2 schedule. So that really fills up my energy reserves a bit. And also get quite large amounts of REM in that. I'm guessing like 10 minutes, maybe 15 at maximum, but like more around 10. And the afternoon nap, which is 1640 to 17, that also has quite good quality. Still a little bit of REM. I often get like this time dilation that's associated with REM sleep, and I feel very rested from all sleeps except for the core, but the naps. And on E2, they all were really good. I think like the afternoon nap was more like of a homeostatic pressure reset, not much of a sleep quality nap, but it's equally good. I think it fills my needs, and that's the thing that I want.
Okay, sure. You talked about how it feels waking up from the naps on the course. Can you talk a bit about your energy levels during the day? How do they change depending on the time of the day and how close you have to sleep and how close you are to sleeping and so on?
Yeah, currently on this schedule, you mean?
Yeah, of course,
okay.
Of course.
Okay. So like I said, currently day 35, basically near to stage 4. I'll just start with the core sleep. Right before core, I don't feel usually much tired. Like it's not like that I'm severely tired. I just go to sleep regularly. It's not much of a big deal. When I wake up from the core, most of the time during this adaptation, I felt like a rock hit me or something. Especially after like maybe 3 weeks, it really was hard to get up from it, and I got basically constant, almost micro sleeps during the C to N1 gap, and so the energy levels were pretty low at that time. It was really hard to stay awake at these points. What I usually did, I just watched a movie or something that kind of worked, but my energy was still really at the floor level, basically. After the first nap, I felt actually not good. I felt really bad because I think I'm a person that dislikes REM wakes, at least during adaptation. So after the first nap, when I woke, I often got like these headaches, kind of like if you were drunk, like sort of a vertigo a little bit. So that wasn't really good, and I was still tired, like less tired but still tired. That got away like over the course of the pre-noon, and like continuing the day, it was getting better and better with the energy levels. So like after 12 o'clock, I almost had no issues anymore. And I got tired like 10 minutes before the nap maybe, and it was all fine. And then like I said, like before the core, it was just not really a problem of the tiredness, not really. The only problem was really the gap between the core and the first nap.
Okay, and what about your different wake gaps or your energy levels throughout the day? How are they currently?
I mean, they're kind of all right. It's not like I've get the same adapted feeling because obviously I'm not adapted yet, but they're still equal or even already better than on monophasic, and I think the best gap is probably noon to afternoon, and after that the afternoon to core sleep gap is also very nice, but like really it's the morning that's really sluggish and everything.
Okay. How long does it take you to fall asleep for each sleep?
Usually it takes, I mean, it really takes less than 5 minutes every time, but during the naps it's mostly like 3 minutes or less, I'm guessing. Like, I don't really know, but averagely I think. And before the core, for the core it usually takes a little bit longer, like a few minutes longer, maybe, but still less than 5 minutes, I think. And that's really good because I'm just dead ass tired and I just want to sleep. And it's good that I don't get any issues with that. so less than 5 minutes every time.
Okay, that sounds really cool, and I'm sure that many people are jealous of how long it takes for you to fall asleep. But okay, if you have this hard gap in the morning, what activities do you usually do to make sure that you stay awake?
So it's kind of hard for me because I'm a person that would prioritize their health over like feeling well. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I want to maintain sort of the rhythm of the body of rest and activity. Like during the night you should rest a little bit more, and therefore I'm not doing any exercise in that gap, especially because it could theoretically be covered by the dark period. So I'm trying to be more of a calm person there, more like sitting activities. Most of the time it is like gaming in the PC, or watching a movie or a series. And sometimes when I'm not that tired, I could do like reading a book or studying, something like that. Basically a little bit of self-care, as if you wish. But I sometimes, when I really tend to fall asleep while sitting, I get up and walk circles around the room, because otherwise I'd fall asleep. But that's like the maximum I would do, because I don't want to get too much of adrenaline working. So just that level of activity that barely gets me to the level where I would stay awake. So
okay, yeah. Sounds cool. And since you said that you put time into self-care during these hours, do you feel like you have more time for self-care when you're sleeping polyphasically, or do you also allocate the same amount of time when you're monophasic, or how does that work?
So I think it's it gets better. Currently it's kind of messed up because of the quarantine of Corona, but because obviously now I don't have any obligations, and I could theoretically do it all like the entire day. I don't have any busy times. But on a usual day with school and everything, where I have these events going on and sports and everything, I think I'd have less time for this. Now I'm gaining 3 hours per day of wake time, so that's really good. And I think I definitely haven't had that much time for self-care before that, so that's really good. And also it's sort of more like a relaxing time for me. Yeah.
Okay, would you say that your mental health is improving on polyphasic sleep compared to when you're monophasic because of this?
I don't really know. I can't really say. I'm guessing on the adapted schedule, I think it's going to be much better, because I always get like these energy boosts from the naps and everything. And on my previously adapted schedule on E2, that was really good, and I felt awesome, and my mood was really good. So I'm guessing that will better itself. During the adaptation, I think it can vary a little bit. Like sometimes I'm feeling really low because I'm really questioning myself, like should I continue this and everything. So mentally it's really sometimes hard to continue it. But overall I think that it has definitely the possibility and the future to increase my health in my mental activity and everything. So I think it does overall.
Okay, that's really cool to hear. And
yeah.
You said that you were in school usually. How do you feel like your productivity has been altered from your polyphasic sleeping? Like, do you take a time during the morning to do schoolwork that would otherwise require you to pay attention to multiple places at once and therefore lower your productivity? Or how has your productivity changed on polyphasic sleeping?
So it was definitely weird at first because I wasn't. I was the type of person that would wake up at the latest possible point before going to school. Like I would need to drive with my bike for like 20 minutes, and I would wake up 10 minutes before that, basically. So I wouldn't have any productivity at all going on at that time. And now I have 4 hours before school, so like the productivity increases massively in that time, like if I am motivated or if I'm not sleep deprived. So yeah, I definitely have way higher productivity on polyphasic sleep compared to monophasic, and it's really good to have that, because like you can repeat stuff from school before you actually go to the school. You can learn for tests again that you're gonna take on that day. So that's really good. And also, in addition, I can still learn a little bit before my core sleep, for example. So I think I could like double my productivity with this schedule, basically, or even more. And in addition to that, there comes the mood elevation, so my productivity becomes sort of more efficient because I'm more motivated to do it. So I think it's really good that I have this gap before school. It's really cool to just have time to do something before school, because I never really did that before.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds really crazy that you're able to essentially allocate half a school day before school to do everything you need. You can, do hygiene stuff. You can even train. You can like prepare for school in all sorts of ways, and people around you haven't even woken up yet. It sounds really awesome for sure.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with the strictness of your sleep times, and how strict are you with your sleep times on this schedule?
So currently I am very strict with it. I've only had like one oversleep and one undersleep, really. I overslept once for 3 hours after my core on day, I think it was 21, which was only because the alarms didn't work from the Alarm Me from the app, which I still don't know why, because they work again now, but they didn't work at that point, just during that night. And my one alarm on the bed wasn't sufficient to keep me up, so I just went back to bed and continued to sleep for another 3 hours, so that wasn't really good. But it wasn't intentional, really. Like, I wasn't zombieing around thinking like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep now. I was just missing because of the apps not working. Otherwise, I skipped a noon nap once because I was actually playing PC and I wasn't tired, and I didn't notice that it was time, and then it was like 5 minutes of the nap left, so it wasn't really worth it. That wasn't really good because I felt really tired for the rest of the next gap, but it was okay overall. So no intentional unstrictness of the schedule. The only unstrict times I have are basically before any sleep, where I determine like how much time do I want to allocate for falling asleep, and I usually think about like either 1 minute, 2 minutes, or a maximum of 3 minutes before any sleep, where I want to lay down before that already. And because I'm that late in the adaptation already, I just usually go to sleep like 2 minutes before at maximum, and I'm fine with that. So that's the only thing really I'm not strict with during the schedule.
Okay, but otherwise you take your sleeps at around the same minute every day, right?
Yes, exactly. I have the alarms set to wake me up at the same minute every day. Like I don't. What I did on E2 was I set timers of 20 minutes or 21 minutes or something. so the waking up time was always changing for like 1 or 2 minutes or something, and now I have the very exact same time every day. But I do never move any sleep at all, or shift it, or cut it, or skip it, or anything. I don't do that because I don't have to. Like I said, I don't work currently. I have no obligations that would somehow interfere with that. So I don't have any incentive to screw up the schedule. So I'm just sleeping exactly how the schedule says.
Okay, and you feel like this is the optimal approach, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I think being strict is really a good thing for me, and for the sleep, it really works best, I think.
Okay, sure. You talked about your oversleep on your core. What
Yes.
precautions have you taken after that to make sure that it doesn't happen again, or have you changed anything since then?
So I started to use my second phone again, which I have left over. Before that, I only had one alarm on the phone, which was placed near the bed, so that wasn't really a good idea. Sometimes I'm stupid like that. And then I used my second phone, put the Alarmy app on it with the QR code, or with the barcode, and placed it like across the room. And the solution for the barcode was on the other side of the room. And the same for my main phone. I put a barcode alarm there too. And also because I have like my watch, which I use for the alarm, just the initial alarm to wake me up. I also have a daylight lamp that wakes me up on the core sleep. That it gradually increases the brightness of the lamp like half an hour before it goes off. This is just to increase the possibility for me to wake up, because like when it's super dark, when I wake up, I don't really feel like I should get up. But when the room's already a little bit brightened up, then I'm more tempted to actually get up. So I have like 4 alarms or something at the same time going off, and that's sufficient so far, and I don't think I need any more. So yeah.
Okay, that sounds really cool, and it sounds good that you actually took some precautions to make sure that you're waking up now and not just relying on this 1-2 alarm setup.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Are you interested in dreaming, or do you dream more in your naps at all?
I'm not directly interested in it, but I do enjoy dreaming a lot. It's kind of cool. It really wasn't the reason for why I started all this. Like the reason was for sleep quality and like not feel tired anymore. But dreaming is just a nice addition to it. So I do feel like I dream way more than on monophasic. On monophasic, I almost never dreamt at all. But now on poly, it's always going crazy. Like I always get dreams in the first nap, most of the time in the second nap, and sometimes in the afternoon nap, and sometimes as well in the core. So I basically get like 4 dreams a day. That's really good. On E2, I got very frequent lucid dreams on my first nap, which wasn't really intentional. I didn't do anything for it. It just happened like, I don't know, 7 out of 10 times. So that's really cool. But I'm not really like interested. I'm not try-harding to do it or something. It's a nice addition to the sleep, but I don't furthermore really care about it.
Okay, so you're not like using the lucid dreaming to your benefit anyway. You're just like accepting that it's there and feeling good about it.
No, I'm just enjoying it, doing some funny stuff in it, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds cool. It sounds cool that you're enjoying your schedule and enjoying your dreaming at least. Okay, and so overall you would say that your productivity has increased, you fall asleep faster, you feel great during the day, especially after the adaptation, you have a high mood, you dream a lot. It sounds like a really good setup, to be honest. Do you notice any like explicit downsides with this schedule compared to monophasic sleeping?
I mean, generally, yes, during the adaptation, of course, like the extreme tiredness levels in the morning. But if I were to talk about the general schedule itself, I mean, it's kind of hard to schedule 3 naps a day and integrate that into your busy times. Like, I'm lucky that I have the same school times every day. So that I don't have to move around the naps or something. So that's definitely worse than on monophasic, because on monophasic I could just sleep monophasically, so that wasn't an issue to schedule any naps in it or something. Whereas now on E3 I have these 3 naps that are structured around the school times, but whenever I don't have school or I have different classes that I don't have very frequently that need me to like change the location of the school or something, and I have to drive around, then it gets sort of a little bit critical because of my noon nap in the break. But that's why I'm adapting before school in the quarantine, so that I can then flex the sleep a little bit. So that wouldn't be an issue then. But this is
okay. So your
for
plan
now.
Your plan after the adaptation is to flex the sleep times when you need, and not, for example, attempt a 7-mile schedule.
I definitely won't attempt that because I'm really not interested in the flexing, because I mean, like I said, I have very consistent busy times, so I don't really have an incentive to do it. The only thing where I would need to flex quite majorly is on a Tuesday, where I have some gymnastics classes that I need to participate in, that where my 3rd nap is like in the classes, so I'd have to nap before that. But I might as well skip it like once a week and adapt it. I don't think that's a problem. But that would be the only major flex that I would ever do. Right now, I think small flexes of like up to 20 minutes maximum are what I would daily do because of school. Like when I have in the break, when I need to move or something, I just sleep 5 minutes later. That's not a problem. But that's in the normal schedule range, of course. So it's not 7 mile or something like that. So I don't plan on flexing anything at all. And the core sleep especially, I don't want to flex that really, because it's really crucial for me, because it contains like most of my quality sleep and the deep sleep especially. So I don't want to fuck that up, and I'm just going to try to stay very consistent with it.
Okay, well that sounds really cool. Do you have anything else that you want to add here?
In terms of what I want to do with my schedule, or what do you mean?
Yeah, anything you want to talk about. I don't think that I have any more questions at the moment. So if you feel like you want to add something to the audience, you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just in addition to saying what I want to do with my schedule is just I wrote that down. Just I want to try to stick to the schedule for as long as possible. Really like past school and everything, like try to stick to it for several years, because it's basically the schedule that I always wanted to attempt with the 4 or 30 core. That's like the lowest I can possibly go, and really that's basically my dream schedule. Like that's my goal schedule that I want to go to, so I want to try and stay on that schedule for as long as possible, and really enjoy it most of the time. So yeah, that's one thing. And the other thing is do a dark period, because that's what almost fucked up my adaptation right now. So yeah, that's really important. Like, use your red glasses; they're really good.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's your
Yeah.
that's your recommendation to people to help them adapt this. Use an
Absolutely.
art period and make sure you stick to them.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really cool. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being here. I don't think I have any more questions, so I wish you good luck to your adaptation, and I'll see you later.
Thank you very much.